Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So, today carrying on with the ST16 videos from Flysky, we've got the ABS settings. So if we go in here, as first setting is pretty simple, on or off. So if we turn it on, you've then got your recovery, delay, cycle, what point it triggers, and then how long it's on for. Recovery is how far it bounces back. So if you were, say, applying the brake, do you want the brake to just take off to 50%, 70%, 30%? The delay, how long before it kicks in. The cycle, how quick it's turning on and off. The point at which it triggers, so how far down on your brake before it'll actually trigger. And then duty cycle, depends how long you want it on for. So if we just turn it on and then we come out and have a look what it's doing. So you can see down to about 20%, about 23%, we're not getting anything. As we go further on, you can see how much it's backing off, and then if we full brake, you can see it's going 100% brake down to 50% and how quick it's doing it. And then basically if we just drop into here, so we can look at the point, maybe we don't want it until 50%, so we change that. Now when we brake, it's going to be closer to the 50% mark before we start enabling ABS. And then below that we've just got normal braking. If we look at the recovery, maybe we don't want 50% recovery, we only want 10. So you can see now it's not taking 50% off, it's only taking 10. So from 50% on, we're only getting sort of 10% of us braking removed. And that you can play with and decide what's best for your RC. As delay, how much of a delay do you want? So if we put it up to 50, just so it should show easier. So you see, when we go, even though we're going above the 50% zone, it's got a delay before the ABS kicks in. And that you can literally just play with and see what suits your driving style or anything. Set at 0, there's no delay whatsoever. Duty, we've got 4 to -4, so if we go all the way up to 4, see if we can tell what difference this makes. So it's really slowed it down. It's just little pulses of brake, but mainly off. If we go to the other extreme, so now we're getting mostly brake on and just little blips of off. The stock setting looks about right for most people, but again on this you can just play with it. So if we put it back to 0, and I think that'll just be sort of a 50-50 brake. So it's just on off, on off, on off. Really depends what you actually need from it. But yeah, you can play around with how you want this cycle and everything to work to get the best feel of ABS braking for you. So if you look, 100% really slows it down. So if we drop it right down to its fastest, which is 20, you get some crazy fast ABS sort of function. But it's just to give you guys some idea of what you can do with all these, how you can change it, and how you can play around with all ABS braking system. And then obviously you can turn it off, which will just disable it completely. And then we're back to normal brakes. But yeah, just interesting that you can set the brake point that ABS kicks in. So just remember, it will increase the braking speed, but it'll give you more sort of control over your RC when it's not braking. Just depends how the RC's set up. I mean, originally ABS braking's more designed for not losing steering on front brakes. But depending on whether you've got two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive RC, depends how that's going to sort of happen. But also, if you completely lock back end up on a rear-wheel drive, can be quite disastrous if you're trying to steer. Just lock up altogether, so it could stop that. But yeah, just interesting settings on the ST16, but it gives you something else to play with. But thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, share to friends and family, and catch you guys again in the next one.